I found the tape buried beneath a collapsing cardboard box labeled donations, surrounded by objects that had outlived their relevance. Old cables. Broken remotes. Forgotten memories. The cassette itself was scratched, dulled by age, yet carefully wrapped in a single strip of red tape. Written across the front, in uneven black marker, were the words. Do not watch past the red frame. Warnings like that don't prevent curiosity. They invite it. The VCR resisted when I pushed the tape inside, emitting a strained mechanical groan, as though protesting resurrection. The television flickered violently before settling into static. Slowly, shapes emerged, a dimly lit living room. Motionless. Silent. Except for a clock ticking far too loudly, echoing through my apartment like a countdown without context. The camera never moved. No zoom. No adjustment. It didn't observe like a filmmaker. It observed like something waiting. The furniture was ordinary. Worn. Familiar. And that familiarity crept inward, uncomfortable and invasive, like recognizing your own handwriting in a stranger's letter. There was no timestamp. No date. No evidence the footage belonged to any moment at all. The ticking grew louder. I glanced at my wall clock. It was ticking slower. Or maybe the tape was ticking faster. Either way, time no longer agreed with itself. At exactly 17 minutes, the image shuddered. A thin red frame materialized around the screen, precise, deliberate, impossibly calm. The ticking stopped. For half a second, white text flickered across the static. Stop here. The red border pulsed once. Like a heartbeat. Every instinct screamed to eject the tape. To shut it off. To listen to the warning. Instead, I leaned closer. Beyond the red frame, the image sharpened. The room looked closer now. Deeper. The shadows stretched longer than shadows should. That's when understanding arrived, slow and suffocating. The room wasn't similar. It was identical. The scuffed table leg. The crooked bookshelf. The faint stain near the carpet. This wasn't recorded somewhere else. This was my apartment. A figure entered the room on screen. Me. But I was still standing in front of the television. The version of me inside the tape moved with a delay. Like a reflection struggling to keep up. He stopped. Turned toward the camera. Toward me. And smiled. A knock echoed through the speakers. Then. A second later. The same knock sounded at my front door. Perfectly synchronized. Perfectly impossible. The tape wasn't recording events. It was anticipating them. Text crawled across the bottom of the screen, unstable but readable. Do not pause. Do not look away. My hand trembled as it hovered over the remote. Against reason, against warning, I pressed pause. The image warped violently. The red frame bled outward. Past the television. Along the walls. Into my vision itself. The pause symbol vanished. The tape continued without permission. The room felt compressed. Like reality had been folded incorrectly. I woke up on the floor. The TV was still on. The tape still playing. Hours were missing. Scenes unfolded on screen that I had not lived yet. Conversations I hadn't had. Actions I hadn't taken. But they felt inevitable. Like memories waiting to be claimed. The camera angle changed. Behind it stood silhouettes. Tall, indistinct shapes. Unmoving. They leaned closer whenever I blinked. Watching me. Watching myself. A voice finally spoke. Not loud. Not distorted. Just tired. You weren't supposed to finish it alone. The words didn't echo in the room. They echoed inside my head. My on-screen double stepped closer. His face filled the frame. He looked relieved. Grateful. He placed a hand against the camera. The screen went black. My reflection stayed. After that night, electronics hummed softly. Televisions flickered when I passed. Reflections lagged behind movement. Silence felt crowded. The tape resurfaced online, digitized, shared, fragmented. People called it a hoax. A stunt. An experiment. The warning remained. No one listened. One comment stood out. The red frame only appears when it's your turn. The username was mine. I returned the tape to circulation. A donation box. No explanation. Only the warning. Someone else would find it. Someone always does. If you're watching this now. If the edges of your screen feel closer. If you notice a red frame forming. Understand this. The tape never ends. It only changes who's watching.